touching on the top bets here for Taco Tuesday. We actually have some good ones. Let's get into it. All right, so getting into the Taco Tuesday updates here, we got a free square for the NHL, it seems like, and we also have some good prop bets finally. Okay, so let's go ahead and just look at this one, guys. It should be a free square. We got about an hour once this video is posted to get this one in. Okay, we can see it's been consistently over this number. And if we look at it, like it, sure, at it's not exactly a lock and load. Okay, they kind of have it set as a push here at -115, but we can see the line is actually set at 3.5. And once again, this is kind of how they get sneaky by saying it's 4. If it was 4 like that, like probably would be better than the under. Anyways, still should be a good number. Okay, so let's go ahead and find some bets to go with this one. And so like always, guys, I'd like to start off with the prop bets that we're getting the best odds with. That way it gives you guys enough time to go ahead and get those lines in if needed. Okay, so let's start with the first two. So Devin Carter over 5.5 rebounds. And this one is the best one that we're getting right now. Shopping the lines, all right, and we found this one, -150 for the over. Okay, so as we can see, I mean, this is just such a good number, and I apologize, it's under. All right, let's get that right. All right, apology. Carter under 5.5 rebounds, just to make that clear. It's set at -150. I mean, those are just too good of odds to pass up on. Even if it doesn't work out, like I'm going to be fine with that. And I know some people are going to see this, look at the last, 4 out of 5, and they're going to say, I'm going to pass. You can. I typically like to chase the lines in which we are getting the best numbers, and we are getting -150 here. So this is going to be one of the ones I'm going with today. So now we have the over bet. 6.5 is going to be the over bet here, or is the line, and we want to bet the over here. So if we look at it, we can see -140, which is going to be a good number. It's a number that's -140, and we're getting about 3 of those bets that are actually correlating with the number that we're getting on PrizePicks. So, it should be a pretty strong bet on paper. Once again, guys, my goal is to find the best odd bets. That way, that gives us the best chance of hitting 3 out of 5 for the tacos. And so I had to go the college basketball route to start off this video because that is where the best lines are, and I want to get those out to you to give you guys the most time to get those before PrizePicks potentially has a chance to change it. So this is one we can target. And then this is going to be another one that we can target. So Grant Sherfield over 3.5 assists. And this number is set at -140 once again. Now, guys, these can change throughout the day. Okay, they can. And we're just pulling them in from one sportsbook. So that is kind of the issue with college basketball, is that we kind of have to hope that DraftKings Sportsbook is going to be more accurate. When we're pulling them in from multiple sportsbook, that kind of increases our chances of that number being correct. But as it sits right now, it's too good of a number to pass up on. Those 3 are going to be the ones I'm going to be chasing college basketball wise. Let's go ahead and get into some other ones. All right, so with the line where it's currently set, Jake has a good chance to get a push here because the line is set at 3. And I'll show you guys why here. So this is going to be true really across the board. Okay, they're giving it a -150 for the under here. Okay, and about a +120 for the over. That pretty much is telling us that the sportsbooks, and this is true across the board, that the sportsbooks are going to value this at a push. So if you wanted to try to get a push, you could do that. Obviously, it'd be for you guys to decide if you want to bet the over or under. I'd probably bet the over. That's going to be for you guys. And now this is still the best prop bet that we're getting this morning or today, like we had this morning. It's nothing elite. On DK Sportsbook, it's -140. Let me go ahead and check some other ones real quick, and I just want to see if their numbers adjusted too. Okay, so yes, we are starting to see some lines adjust. Okay, so FanDuel Sportsbook -140, Caesar Sportsbook -142, and now the less popular ones are still kind of at -129 and have it set at even. I will take this. I like this one, okay? So this one went from being a decent one, and collectively, guys, it's -129 for the over here, which is still decent, and the under is set at +110, so still decent odds if you use all the sports books, but the major ones that I like to look at are starting to value it at -140, which, once we get over -137, that's really where we start to see an edge gain there. Okay, and at -140, that's saying we got about a 58% chance for it to hit. And so if we drop down to like -129, it's about a 55% or so chance to hit. And then at +110, it's about 48% for the under to hit. Okay, so yes, we're getting favorable odds here. I don't mind it. All right, so now let's go ahead and get into some NBA bets. So the best one that we're getting right now, just based off of projections and based off of the prop line, is going to be Paul George over 5.5 rebounds. We can see kind of been consistently getting close to that number. Really against Brooklyn, that was the only time it wasn't close. Dallas 5, Milwaukee over, New York over, Milwaukee over. Okay, so looking like it's going to be a decent bet here. I don't know if you guys noticed, but the back here, it's Valentine's setting, but I actually think I kind of like the pink in the back. That's kind of cool. Okay, so looking at like Paul George rebounds here, we can see It's set at 5.5, favored at -132 to hit the over there, which is a good number. Now, if we scroll, we can see, like, for the most part, all the data that we're pulling in is suggesting that over 5.5 rebounds should be the move. Okay, the only one that isn't is this. This is kind of a weird calculation. It's what the prop line should be based off of his projected minutes. And so we can see his projected minutes are slightly lower than they are on average. I don't really know why that is. It's just that's the projected minutes. So that'd be the slight worry. We are also seeing Kawhi pop up here. I did not catch this one, so I'm kind of curious with this one. Kind of same odds there, -130. We can see across the board, going to get the over there, but the edge is small, 0.45. So, you know, 2 bets you could possibly or potentially do. I don't mind those. Those aren't bad. And then we are seeing De'Aaron Fox popping up here as well, guys. You could make this one. I don't like the fact that he's projected to get under. You know, we're not gaining a big edge there. And then for what it's worth, we are seeing like Paul George assist as well. So we could potentially maybe just go with like weird one, rebounds and assists, which I never like to do. And let's see what that's set at. 10.5. Okay, what's the math on that? 10.5. Not exactly. We're losing a half a point there. So probably not. Probably would bet assists or rebounds. Okay, that'd be the way to go. An interesting one, Terrence Davis over 1.53s, you know, slight edge there. And now let's see if there's any other ones that are popping up, like Chris Paul under assist, but we can see projected at 9.3, not perfect. And that's the thing, guys. I want -140. I want -137 odds with the projections suggesting that's going to be over as well. That's what we want, but we're not getting that today. So this is an interesting one. The sportsbooks are averaging Brooke Lopez at 12.8 points, which not big, but could be an edge. Projected to get 12.11, so probably not one we want to go with. Devin Booker is going to be an interesting one as well. I think with his fantasy points, that could be a potential spot that we're going with just based off of his projected minutes. Let's see unders where the line isn't matching. Probably not touching Terrence Mann because he's projected to get the over here. Okay, let's go ahead and touch on some fantasy point ones. And so I tweeted this one out. This is very interesting here. Torrey Craig, and I did this the last time too. I've hit him. I bet him twice. Okay. Torrey Craig fantasy points over. And so looking at it, we can see the PrizePicks line is set at 18.5. And I think that's mostly due to his average minutes that he's been getting. Okay. That's what I'm guessing. On the season, we can see that he does average 20.6 points as well. PrizePicks points. So already a strange number there. And if we go to the Suns, it's like they still have players out. They're still needing to get him minutes. Now, TJ Warren could step up into more minutes, but right now as it sits, we're seeing Torrey Craig get that run. Okay, so as it sits right now, it does seem like a decent spot, and this is going to be one of the more intriguing games to chase, because if we look at this game, it's a high scoring game, 234 over and under, and the line is set at 2.5, so it should be a close game. And I'm curious, let's just look at his points, rebounds, and assist prop line, and they don't have that for him. All right, never mind then. But like as I called out, like this game he didn't get a lot of minutes, okay, and it is risky. It's not like a lock and load, but this one I suggested him as a bet. Did not work out at all. He was terrible. Didn't do anything. And then against Indy went off. Okay, so we could potentially do that. It's up to you guys. I think the minutes will be there, and it's a decent matchup, so we could chase that. And then some other ones that are popping up. We got Wagner popping up. You could bet that if you want to. I think that Devin Booker is actually a very interesting one in that same game. So Booker, we know he's been coming back from injury, right? Okay, we didn't really expect much from him. Okay, he's playing in a second game since that injury. Okay, 30 and 32. Okay, so we've seen it increase twice now. And if we go to his game log, 26 minutes, 26 minutes. Okay, that is great, right? That's good. Now, he's currently off the injury report. Like, he should get a full allotment of minutes, and that is why his projected minutes are closer to his average. Now, we're not saying that he's going to get his full allotment of minutes, but we are kind of saying, based off of the projections, that he is going to get 31 minutes, which is going to be more than the last game. And why didn't he get that in his last game? Well, it was kind of a blowout. No need to risk getting him more minutes, potentially getting injured again when they didn't need him to. And he also has been in foul trouble kind of the last 2 games as well. So that's part of it. But overall, like, this should be a good line for Devin Booker. He should be able to get the over here as long as those minutes are there, like it seems like it's going to be. Not on the injury report on Friday. Great game. Why would it be a great game? Why is it a high-scoring game? Because someone like Devin Booker should be able to go off. And then some other ones just so you guys can see it. Like, if you want to take those, you can. Let's look at the other way. Edge-wise, Derek White, fantasy points under. It makes sense why this is being favored. And I got a lot of Derek White questions because we had been hammering Derek White for a while now. And so I get why the questions were coming in. Don't get me wrong there. But we can kind of just see. If we look at all the averages and whatnot, probably going to be under. Now, you guys are probably wondering, well, I get that, but Jaylen Brown's still out. And disregard that. I did not see the news on Tatum. When did this hit? Oh, okay. Huh. Where's my Malcolm Brogdon props? And never mind to the Derek White slander. Go for it. I'm just kidding. I probably wouldn't touch this then. Let's see what the line is on this. And that projection hasn't really updated. So, okay, yeah, the Bucks should probably blow them out now. Do we not have any Brogdon ones? I want the Brogdon prop. I don't know if it's going to be a projection or if it's going to be a blowout. Will he get to this projection? I need to look at the per 36 numbers real quick. Okay, yeah. If it stays close, his per 36 numbers are 42 fantasy points. Malcolm Brogdon, 43. So he'd be the play if we get it. Are we not getting any other Celtics players? No. That's annoying. Like, we could potentially get like Sam Hauser. He averages about 27 fantasy points per 36. We'll see. That could be an interesting one there. All right, but that's all, guys. Good luck tonight. Have a nice Valentine's Day. And hey, I don't know how many of you guys are golf fans, but Netflix Full Swing comes out tomorrow. Should be fun. I'm a big golf guy, so I'm excited for that. All right. Thanks for watching. As always, let's keep cashing.